Hello people, how we doing? Let's get you in.
Invincible.
Alright then. Back with the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series, round number 4, I want to say this is. I think I put that in the title. I guessed it was round number 4 anyway. If I'm wrong, so sue me. So this time the drivers go to the infamous, somewhat notorious, feared, whatever synonym you want to use for it, but it's the Nurburgring Nordschleife, and we're in the Group 4 machinery. So yeah, today's going to be a bit about who can keep it out of the walls, I suppose. AV Shout, how's the ankle or whatever it is you've broken, your wrist? I can't remember what it is that James said. So hi. This is the standings, basically how we are. Now I've been reading this sheet all wrong, so the points are actually here. So, who knew? I didn't. So Hiracram's leading the way. 1 point in it. Between Hiracram and Tommy Concrete at the top of the table. We've then got, just check, yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, we've then got Fabuki P3, Dark Clark 4th, Toby 5th, and Don in 6th. As far as manufacturers goes, a 4-point gap between Citroen and Lexus, with Citroen just taking the lead. There was a little penalty applied after last week to Hiracram, which has just put a little bit of a dent in that. So let me just check my audio levels, and then hopefully I sound okay and all that sort of stuff. So give me a sec. Oh, sounds okay to me. In the chat, as you normally do let me know if the audio levels dip and all that sort of stuff. Let's get ourselves onto the track and see what's going on. We're just about, we obviously we don't do qualifying in this, we get straight on with the sprint race. So at the moment the grid is being set by Fabuki, so he's in there at the moment tinkering and making sure that we've got the right grid order set. Is the sprint race, is that set by the results of the feature? No, he's in the chat. He's broken some ante. Sorry, I'm reacting to something that's happening in there. Cheers, V-Show. Let's get into the game anyway. You've been missed there, V-Show, mate. They miss you. So week 4 of this, and I'm just about getting used to what happens. I know the word that Fabuki put there. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He went too hard. They do a sprint race, which is 15 minutes, which is going to be about 2 laps, maybe 3. I don't know what sets the grid order for the sprint. I want to say it's the results from the last race set the grid order for the sprint, and then they do a feature race using the results of the sprint to set the grid for that. Right, so the sprint race in theory shouldn't need any pit stops, anything like that. It should be just a flat out dash to the line. The feature race though, they're going to have a little bit more to contend with in terms of strategy. Now what they do normally say is you have to run 3 laps on a tyre. I don't think we're going to get that many laps. I don't think there's going to be many laps here. It's about how many? There won't be any times on the board yet, but 7-8 minutes a lap. It's got to be. Yeah, it's not a short one, this. As we see Toby getting some airtime there in the McLaren. Pickles is here as well in the Mercedes. Tommy Concrete, of course, locked in a title fight at the moment with Hiracram. Fabuki Hobby, LFC fan, and P1 Donald here as well. We have got a Hurricane here. Have we? Yeah, he's there. He's just not. He's not in. See what they're saying about your V show in chat, mate. £5 shuffle. We've all done it, boys. We've all done it. We've all had some injuries on our time, haven't we? I want to say this actually gets going at 9 o'clock, so we might actually be a little bit early. I will add the only reason the boys are saying this is because they know they're on YouTube, so they'll watch this back later and they'll be laughing. So you at least bought entertainment to people. I probably could do with a drink if I'm going to be commentating. So, as I've got a few minutes to play with, what I am going to quickly do is run and get a drink. So I will be right back. Right, back then.
There you go.
Thanks, man. Excited for your trip to London?
Do you know, it's been years since I've seen...
Get rid of that. Right, getting ready. Just have some music on in the background while we wait for the racing to start. Or in fact, shall we have something a bit more dramatic, shall we? Shall we, where's that playlist I had not so long ago? Let's get rid of that. Let's have this one. Yeah, there we go. A little bit more dramatic. Bit better, wasn't it? Everyone's question. Yeah, it's got to be questioned, though, isn't it? It's a bit suspicious. Playing the waiting game now. Thought I'd at least give you something a bit cinematic to watch while we just wait for this to get underway. Hopefully it doesn't take us too much longer. Alright, I'll just give it a minute or two just for people to get sorted and all that sort of stuff. Gotta go and troll them. If he's hotspotting though, might be an issue. Yeah. Richie sees 40 total. Yeah, 40 in total. Sounds right. So, got a time start, a couple of minutes. 5 past. So we've got enough time to go and have a look at the Nurburgring and just see. Just see what the driver's up against tonight. It's a bit of a chaotic circuit, so famous in racing terms. The where's the Nordschleife bit? Jesus Christ. There we go. This is what we've got at the minute. It's a bit of a beast. Plenty of opportunities for the drivers to make mistakes here. It looks a lot simpler on that map than it actually is. There's over 100 corners. Curbs that will nigh on flip your car upside down. And it's not a very wide track. So if you're ability to overtake here really is compromised because it's not the widest circuit. There's not too many like heavy braking zones. There's only really a handful on the circuit that present a viable overtaking opportunity in terms of braking. The rest of the time you can't just have to wait for the other person to make a mistake, which fortunately for the Nurburgring happens a lot. Even the full-blown pros in the Nurburgring 24-hour, they have issues. Yeah. We do have a lot of drivers that drive this track a lot. It's a bit of Marmite. A lot of them will love it and hate it in equal measure. So it's just a case of what side of the fence you lie on in terms of whether you like this or not, really. I know Bobby's a fan. I've seen him race in big 24-hour races here. Yeah. So there's him. James Harmon loves this track. It's the reason he's put it in. It's because he couldn't live another day without the Nurburgring. Don't you, James? You'll love it, mate. You'll love it. I might keep this little track back up on my other screen, because why I'm looking at with you behind you is another screen. Let's flick back over then to the as we're starting to get underway. There we go. So I just need to get on track. Hopefully. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Arrived. No. They might do a restart. It's obviously up to them at the time. They might do a reboot, but we'll see. If Huracan gets in. He did say he was not going to make the race. That is fine. Alright, so it looks like reverse grid, I think, from last week. So we're going to have Infinity Graphics in the Porsche. We are going to do a restart to get Huracan in. So a lot of drivers will use this as an opportunity just to get a practice start in. Now, one thing I did want to point out with the Nurburgring is the way it starts. So even though the track is like 17 miles long, I've just read Rich's comment on the game, not on everything else. Yeah, half of the grid will start around a bend. Yeah, I've put a bot on the stream now because yesterday I streamed my Assetto Corsa race, and the entire race I was just seeing comments from a bot account that was spamming me to go and have some kinky horny webcam time. If I wanted to do that, I'd do that at my own time, not while I'm racing. Probably why it ruined it. In fairness to him, I mean, he did message. He might have just joined the lobby to like see if he can get in. The thing is, like, Fabuki just wants everyone to have the opportunity to get in, so you can't blame him for that at all. Give everyone a chance to do their thing, I suppose. Underway again. I think we're still going to be missing Huracan. He may have joined the lobby, but he will still be sorting out his little one, so still expect to miss him. What we'll do here is we'll probably flick to someone near the back of the grid, and I'll just show you what they're starting with. So confirmation of your starting order then. go to Mental Nev, look. This is where Mental Nev starts. And this is where Infinity Decal starts. So it's, yeah, it's got to be rough. So underway we get for the sprint race tonight then. The Citroens, I should expect, will get a very good start. The McLaren already trying to cut them off there. But Dark Clark it is, up the inside of the McLaren. We've got the other Citroen starting a little bit further back. They've got some work to do this race, although all they really need to do is try and just bide their time, I suppose. I would imagine there will be quite a few escapades off the circuit tonight, as there usually is in these things. Just trying to keep an eye on things, see if I miss it. Infinity Dave just get a little bit wayward. Sideways there as Fat Pickles both going to try and make his way through. LFC fan defending away to Bobby at the moment. Jump on board with Bobby as he gets jump on board with Bobby as he gets a really good view. Oh, his Infinity Decals, Infinity Graphics, sorry, hard habit to break. Does unfortunately make his way off the circuit. You got Total Rose on the back of P1 Don, just having to back out of it there. Really don't want to be making any overtakes without being fully committed to him. It's all going off behind then. As Toby then Dark Clark continued the battle that they started near the start of the race. There's a couple of cars off actually. Who's that? It looked like Fat Pickles, bro. Let's have a look what happened to him. I want to say I know what happened here. Oh, he avoided. He had to get on the brakes then. It looked like it just to avoid that spinning McLaren. And he's now down in P13, but leading the way now is Bobby. Bobby does love a Nurburgring. Total Rose then P2. GTP Toby is third. Dark Clark and Tommy Concrete making really good progress on the Citroens, already up. It's P4, P5 respectively. Then they got Richie in P6. Fabuki is 7th, Mental Nev 8th, Infinity Graphics 9th, P1 Don 10th, James Harbin in 11th, with LFC fan, that was the spinning McLaren from earlier, in P12. We can probably try and see what happened to him. Just got. Don't know if he got. Let's go and have a proper look, see if we can see it. Was he fighting with Bobby? There was no, Bobby was nowhere near him. He just, yeah. Well, a big accident there though for LFC fan, but the car lives to fight another day. Bobby then starting just to pull a little bit of a lead away now from GTP Toby. 2.6 seconds is the gap now, with Toby starting to pull away from Total Rose. Total Rose is now going to start coming under pressure from the Citroens. And everyone else just now starting to control their own pace. We've got James Harbin now fighting with LFC from P1 Don off the circuit. Didn't really see what happened to him, unfortunately. Yeah, didn't really see that. Not sure what's happened to P1 Don, but it doesn't seem like his car's wanting to behave at all. We've got Fabuki off as well. What's happened to Fabuki? So he was running in P7. Oh, just a bit too much curb. Gets on the grass. There is not enough grip out there for Fabuki. And unfortunately, that's plunged him down to P11. This, of course, is only the sprint race. We've got a 15-minute timer counting us down. Already down to just under 11 minutes then. It's going to be a longer feature race after, and that's where a lot of the work can be done as the Citroens now start to make their way past Total Rose. Just trying to work as a team. That's what these two have done quite effectively so far in this league. The teamwork between the two Citroens has been quite impressive. They've really been able to work together, executing some good strategy along the way. Total Rose at the moment though, holding firm. Tommy Concrete, of course, is how many points? There's 1 point off the championship lead. at the moment. He will assume the championship lead after this race, owing to Hirocom not able to race this one. All he has to do is finish, and he will assume the championship lead. Then Hirocom can try and just get that one back again in the feature race. Bobby is extending that lead over Toby. It's going to be a question really as to how much pressure Toby does then come under from Dark Clark and potentially Tommy Concrete. If Tommy can get past Total Rose, which he's struggling to do at the moment. We're going on a little bit further back. James Harben still keeping LFC Fan at bay. Pickles has got someone to battle with. Oh, who's that? That's Infinity Graphics that's just had to get out of the way there of P1 Don. Jump on board with the McLaren of LFC Fan as he tries desperately to cling to the back of that Porsche. I told you James loved a little bit of the Nurburgring. He's wringing the neck of that Porsche. And I would say he was just about pulling a lead on the McLaren. The only issue for James is going to be when that McLaren hits top whack on the straight. It's a rocket in a straight line, that thing. So as long as Toby is, LFC Fan is there or thereabouts in slipstream range, he should pull that time back. Tommy Concrete then is past Total Rose. Total Rose has now got Richie fighting him down. This is James Harben's view again as he looks just to try and break the toe that he's giving away to LFC Fan. But LFC Fan at the moment comfortably going 10 miles an hour faster than James, and Waltz has passed. James can try and get that slipstream back though from the McLaren. With the Porsche's superior handling, may be able just to make something work later on in the lap, but still early days, halfway through this one. What means we do squeak into 3 laps. So Bobby's finished lap 1 at 7:09. So that is definitely on pace to get 3 laps in. Cars can do that on fuel. You should be able to do that on tyres. It shouldn't be an issue for them. They just need to stay on track, really. So the gap then between Bobby and Toby staying relatively consistent. It's not stretched much in the past lap or so, about half a second. Toby has now got Tommy Concrete, who's got past Dark Clark, so that may have been team orders there from the Citroen team by virtue of Tommy being a little bit further up in the championship. Tommy coming into this one had 95 points and Clarky had 55, so for the championship that might have been a move. Richie then P5 missing his teammate tonight, who's out with a very unfortunate injury, let's just say. So no further comments on the cause of that. LFC Fan then has maintained his spot ahead of James Harben, but we'll see if James can do anything about that throughout this lap. Anything can happen in the Nurburgring, absolutely anything. It's very easy to jump a wheel on a curb. As we see Pickles then just trying to make his way past Infinity Graphics at the moment. A little bit of side-by-side contact at Pickles' round. Again, there was no meaningful contact in there, and I know Pickles will just be telling Dave to carry on, as he is. That's what the Nurburgring is like, though. It's peril every single time. Every single time you try to make an overtake here, it's dangerous. I wonder if we'll see what happens to Toby. I missed what happened to Toby. Completely missed it because my train of thought was elsewhere. But Toby was in P5, or sorry, was in P2, now down in P5. Wonder if he did have a little bit of an incident somewhere. second down on the time he was doing. That does release Tommy then into the path of Bobby. So Tommy's lap one time, you can sort of ignore it. He spent a lot of that lap overtaking cars. That was a luxury Bobby didn't have to worry too much about. See if Tommy can do anything about Bobby here then. 4.3 seconds is the gap at the moment. Tyres probably a little bit better on the Citroen, but there's not a lot in it. That incident for Toby does put Richie up a position though into P4 then for the Subaru driver. Toby maintains his P6. He's got mental nerve chasing down over P7, the Mercedes. Mental nerve hasn't been too well lately, so hopefully he's feeling better soon. We send our best wishes to him as well. James Harbour then back past LFC fan. My apologies, James, I didn't see what happened there. But all that work LFC fan did last lap to try and get past the Porsche, going to have to do it all over again. Fat Pickles Pro. Up to 12 then after Infinite Graphics must have had some issue. He's in basically autopilot mode at the moment, which means he's the wheels turning but the hamster's gone. So 3 minutes. How's the stream going? It's going alright, mate. It's going alright. Apparently. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how the stream's going. When you say something like that, it makes me think that there's something wrong with the stream. You can't see something or something's wrong, but that's why I rely on the chat. I rely on the chat to tell me what's going on. If my audio's all bad and all that sort of stuff. Obviously I can't see any of that stuff, so the gap between Bobby and Tommy Concrete, it's coming down. Yeah, it has fell a little bit, but it's not plummeting. The problem these boys are going to have is these two at least, I think, they're going to get another lap in here. A lot of the field are going to get another lap in. I'll probably argue most of them will. So it's all about how they manage the tyres on that third lap. Because I will tell you something for free, fuel is not a problem. Let me know if I'm about to get lapped. You're safe. You are safe. Yeah, you won't get lapped. I don't like chatting in race, but just so he doesn't have to worry about it. If he's on auto drive, these boys won't get around there. It'll take quite a few laps because the lap is that long. So LFC fan then doing what he did last time, and he's just trying to set himself up here for a run at James Harbour down the main straight. James is wise to that as we see P1 on the background. Have a little bit of a whoopsie, and that's going to let Fabuki up into P10. Is that going to give Pickles the run at him as well? It is going to give Pickles the run at him then down the main straight. But what are we doing for fights? So we've still got James and LFC fan. Time remaining, then 50 seconds is remaining on the race. Will these boys get rounded? They will. Yeah, they're gonna get round in time to do another one. So LFC fan might be wise just to bide his time here, and just wait. And I think that's what he's doing, because you don't want to risk too much too soon. Got to be in it to win it, and he's gonna get round to do another one. Fabuki will get another lap in, Pickles will Yeah, they're all going to get that third lap then. Just so notably, P1 Don's gone out on the medium tyres. Now it's free tyre choice for this first race. You don't have to. Sorry, I'm just flicking through. Yeah, you don't have to use the softs. You don't have to use any particular compound. Really, it's free choice. Dom chose to go for the medium compound tyre, so I was obviously worried then about tyre degradation. One person that isn't too worried about tyre degradation is Toby. Is he going to go for the risky move around the outside of Richie here? This is a move that's lined with peril. We've seen this go wrong before, and fortunately for Toby, he's managed to pull it off. Richie then gets a really weird camera angles here. It's not the cameras, so it should be okay. Toby then gets that move made. James is still ahead of LFC fan. So holding down P8 at the moment on lockdown. Just one more lap to survive the onslaught. Tommy Concrete's lap 2, just for note, was a 7:01.3. Bob's was a 7:03.8. If the same lap times happen, Tommy should be in a position to overtake, at the very least by the time we hit the main straight. Bobby's job now really has to be keeping that Citroen out of slipstream range. If he lets that Citroen into slipstream range, it's going to be an issue for that final main straight, because Tommy will probably try and send it. Got a decent enough gap over some of the cars behind for him to make little mistakes, so the pressure is now all on Bob. He's got a little bit of a penalty to carry that should be able to burn that away through the course of the lap, and indeed he is doing just that just now, but that does bring Tommy Concrete right into the fray. Bobby, I think, is playing this one very cute. I know what you're doing, Bob. Yeah, so I was going to say this as an alternative theory. Bobby might just let him go. I would have done it later in the lap, in fairness, but Bobby might just let him go and keep him in slipstream range and then just get him back again when Tommy would have got him ordinarily. So yeah, there's a risky strategy from Bobby. See how it works out for him in about 4 minutes time. A little bit less than that, 3.5 minutes time. About halfway around the final lap then. Got Dark Cloud sneaking up to the top 3 as well. We've still got a little bit of a battle going on here. We've got Total Rose v Mental Nev, the Mercedes driver, going to try and make his way up to P6. Side by side racing from them two, really nice to see. Mercedes, all nice and sideways. Mental Nev was eager to get in for this one, I will add. He really pushed himself to make it into this race. James Harbin still ahead of LFC fan. They've got Fabuki closing them down as well. P1 Don's coming along for the party, so this could all come down to the final straight for a lot of these positions. Tommy Concrete has done a fine job of pulling away, I think. He's certainly broken that slipstream. Bobby's picked up another penalty now, so Bobby's race has gone from leading pretty much the entire thing to being second with a penalty. P2 now is in jeopardy. The gap to Dark Clark is 2.5 seconds, but at the Nurburgring anything can happen. Richie, can he survive the onslaught from Toby? He might be able to, because Toby there has just gone on the grass. That's going to cost him a good chunk of time. Got to put him out of that fight for P4 as down into YouTube corner. Makes the mistake once again, picks up yet another penalty. Total Rose back past Mental Nev. Didn't see where that happened. Yeah, we missed where that happened. James still ahead of LFC Fan and has extended his lead over LFC Fan as well. He's talking of extending leads. Tommy Concrete 2.7 seconds ahead of Bob Bristow there. He's got Rental Never then got back past Total Rose. Oh, there's been an incident. Total Rose. What happened? Into the dipper. Too much speed. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's P6 over for Total Rose, but it's not race over. He'd done a good enough job in the first part of the race to survive that onslaught. We've got LFC Fan out as well. What's happened to him? He's down in 11th. What happened to LFC Fan? Did we see this? Well, that's what happened to Leeds. Just lost the car, really. So let's have a look at this main straight then, just see what's going on. We've got Toby slowing down, probably to serve a penalty. James has now survived that onslaught. So a lot of these fights have actually just been sorted out way before the start-finish straight. So we can give Mr. Concrete the plaudits he deserves. He's done a fine job then. P1 for Tommy Concrete, pretty much from the back. Bobby then just misses out on P2. Didn't burn his penalty away in time. Dark Clark stole it off him at the line. Richie's burning away his penalty now. Toby will come through in P5 with Mental Nev then in a hard-earned P6. Total Rose P7 for him. He was a little bit higher up earlier on in the race. James Harbin P8 held off Leeds Fan the entire race. Fat Pickles 9th. Fabuki is in 10th. Leeds in 11th. It's going to be P1 Don in 12th and Infinity Graphics P13 at the flag. And that's only the sprint race. We've got another race to come. A longer one. 40 minutes. The next one. We might have a little break between between then. Sorry. Yeah, we might have a little break then between the races. A couple of minutes normally. Yeah, Fabuki's not happy about that one. Get an advert in a second. Well, some tuning job. Yeah, I think Bobby might have had the same issue. Get his penalty gone either. So the next race, a little bit more interesting than the next one. We've got some strategy, ladies and gents. We've got to think with the drivers have got to think about this one. So the feature race is 40 minutes long. The drivers can choose to start on either the soft or the medium compound. Most will choose the medium, but they have to swap to soft tyres at some point. They should then also have to refuel. We saw a tank of fuel, what, about 3 and a bit, 4 laps, I'd imagine. 15-20 minutes. So they're going to need a tank. Good racing in that first one. A few off-track excursions, but that always happens at the Nurburgring. It's very difficult to get a Nurburgring where people don't send it off the circuit. Burn it on the yellows, right? Is that because there was a yellow flag out at the end? And I couldn't figure out why, because it was there when Tommy got there. That's a bit crap. That's probably what cost Bobby his P2. Might as well have just carried on with it and just took it to the line. Probably what I'd have done. Yeah, I've not seen that before either, but Fubuki knows what he's talking about, so if he says that's the case, that's usually the case. Yeah, you have now. Yep. Fell victim to yet another GT Sport wondrous glitch. Somehow this game is chock full of them. That over there. So yeah, another race to come then, ladies and gents. So fear not, there is more coming. Enjoyed what you liked, if you enjoyed what you saw rather in race 1, do stick around, there's more coming. Better track map for an Nurburgring. Yeah, this one. There we go. This one might work. Let's be this. This is better, isn't it? Don't know how accurate it is. Danger points, quite a few of those. More than one. So 12.8 miles. 73 corners in this variant. Up 3 to 12 fatalities a year. Is that in the tourist fight? Obviously the Grand Prix track's bolted onto the bottom there in red. Now, we don't race that bit, that's in the 24-hour layout. 70,000 plus, so 7,000 plus YouTube crash videos. Yikes, costs you €26 to go and do a lap there. If they have to close the circuit because of your incompetence, it costs you €1,350 per hour. To get a recovery truck out there, it's €190. Fortunately, this is sim racing. These boys don't have to be replacing arm coat, which would be €31 a metre. So if you want to be a stat mathematician, you can figure out how much each driver is costing themselves per race here at the Nurburgring. Might be a lot. Might be a lot. It's a record then. Production cars. I'm sure it's been beat. 6:48. Sure it's been beat. These are what we're racing in now, by the way. These are race cars. So Nurburgring. Oh, wrong keyboard. Nurburgring. Oh, slash. Lap record. Let's have a look at lap records then. Let's see what Wikipedia is saying. Lap times. So yeah, 6:30. Jesus. In a Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Oh, it was by Porsche. Ooh. 6 minutes 43. That's beastly. AMG, a Merc AMG GT Black Series driven by Mara Engel. A GT driver, he did it in 6:43. 5 seconds slower. Both of them put in with the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres. Basically slicks. Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts. That's a nuts time. So these boys are doing it. Well, the quick ones are doing it at this time, aren't they? So the same as a Dodge Viper ACR. Testing ended by a tyre failure resulting in crash. Oops. Anyway, we're starting. So let's get you over to the circuit, shall we? For the feature race here in the Infiniti GT Manufacturers Series, round 4, race 2. A little bit longer this one then. We've got 40 minutes here, so it's all about staying the course. It's going to be a race of attrition. A lot of the drivers starting near the back, but the Citroen should get a decent launch here. So Tommy Concrete, Dark Clark do launch away well. Richie gets a good start in the Subaru's already battling away with Bobby for a place in the top 3. A little bit further back, everyone seems to be away cleanly. Total Rose is having a pop there at looks like James Harben. And Hirocram then, he's got it all to do. He's right at the back of this grid. His teammate needs to do him a solid and just just try not to let the guys ahead get away too much. Don't bin it, just be there for him when he needs you. So far so good for everyone. Now everyone seems to be away well. Hirocram's already made his first place up. So P13 for Hirocram then. Starting on the medium tyres, most drivers are. Tommy Concrete and Dark Clark and Bobby starting on the soft tyres though, so their strategy right now is just to try and get away. Break away into the distance. Toby's also on the softs, Richie's on the mediums. That's probably why Richie's starting to fall down the order a little bit then. Mantle and Nev on the mediums. James Harben, he's on the mediums along with Total Rose. Pickles mediums, Fabuki mediums. We've got LFC fan. Massive crash into the barrier. He's all the way down in 14th now, but he does have medium tyres on. Hirocram then up to P11. He's got past Infinity Graphics as well. He's on the medium tyre. Next target for Hirocram is Fabuki. P10 at the moment, just tucked up behind Fat Pickles Pro. drivers at the front starting to competently make their way forward now. And Richie, the first driver on the medium compound tyre, can only sit and watch as these guys tear off into the distance. Subaru's a grippy boy. It won't put up much. It won't put up much against cars on softer compounded tyres. Once we get to the twisty bits, we'll probably just start to pull away. Duco, thanks for tuning in, mate. Nice to see you. So Richie then got his work to do, I think. I don't know what Heracom can do about these guys on the medium tyres. You know, he's obviously just going to hope that they burn their tyres up pretty sharpish. We do know they get 3 good laps out of them, really. What is that on Toto Rose's roof? I can't see it. I don't know. I'll try and see. It's just like I'm guessing it's an anime thing. It might be an anime thing. Pickles then with the overtake on Total Rose. Total Rose not really able to do too much about that. Fubuki's going to try and get his way through as well. He does indeed. Total Rose down a couple of positions then. So Total Rose is now Heracom's next contestant. Meanwhile, a little bit further forward, top 4 still bunching up, pulling that gap now to Richie. 2.2 seconds is the gap now from 4th to 5th. 4 seconds covers the entire top 4 then, with 2 Citroens, a McLaren and a Lexus occupying the top 4 spots at the moment. Will it be like that in 35 minutes time? You tell me. As Bobby then just tries to push. Tommy Concrete has become somewhat of an enigma tonight. He's absolutely flying in that Citroen and hasn't put a foot wrong yet. 35 minutes in which to change that, and he'll be hoping, of course, that he doesn't. He's on the soft compound tyres, so he needs to be balls to the wall at the moment, and all these guys will be doing that. In terms of fuel, can they do it on 1 stop, or are they going to have to 2 stop this race? That could be a strategy. What we're looking like for laps. Let me just do some quick maths here. Where's my calculator? 1 minute. Can't find my calculator on my computer. Can't find the calculator now, where it is. Can't use my phone. Not right now. But yeah, we're looking about 7 minutes a lap now, thereabouts, maybe a little bit more. 40-minute endurance race. About 5 or 6 laps. There or thereabouts. We've got yellow flags out. We've got a Lexus, that's Bobby. Bobby has fallen. Unfortunately for his teammate, he managed to get past him. We still get yellow flags out. We still get yellow flags out. It's Toby that's fallen now. Unfortunately, not as big of an incident, but that is going to let Richie go through. What happened to Bobby? Where is he? He's down in 12th now. He just ran out of road. Just had to park it off circuit just to let people go, really. Who else have we got that's potential? This is on board with Toby. Did he get distracted by Bobby's crash? No, stayed plenty out of the way. Did he just get it lost on the exit of Mini Carousel? Don't know, he got himself up to P2. There's where the incident happened though for Toby. Just cooked it a little bit too much. Now it's P5 then for Toby, so a little bit of a recap now. We've got 1 lap in the bag. Ran out of talent. Yeah, that sounds like Bob, doesn't it? So it's Tommy Concrete, then P1, Dart Clark P2, so it's a Citroen 1-2 at the moment. French takeover here in Germany. Then you got Mental Nev, very, very, very respectable P3 at the moment. The Mercedes massacre is underway, and Mental Nev's just going about his business in silence and style. Richie then 4th at the moment. Toby after that off P5. Fabuki then just starting to lead a little bit of a train. We've got Hirocon P7. We'll just ride aboard with Hirocon for a moment. Definitely the driver in the ascendancy, not wanting to just push the issue too much with Fabuki. Fabuki just running out of road a little bit. No room at the end though for Hirocon. Fabuki isn't allowed to take his line. He's got to pick his moment here as we see Pickles and James Harmon in the background fighting as well. Fabuki, is he going to be a little bit deep inside? Is that going to leave the door open for Hirocon? No, not just. Fabuki was just about able to get his exit tightened up and just give the Lexus nowhere to go really. Hirocon's just trying to put his nose there just so that Fabuki has to give him the space. We've seen Hirocon not employed it, it's not a tactic per se, but just making it so the other driver does nothing but look at you in their mirrors. And I hope that it puts them off. Fabuki's a bit more of a seasoned veteran though, so he of all people should be a little bit more adept at keeping hold of it. What's happened to James? What's happened to James? Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. He's put a dent in that lovely Porsche. Fortunately for James, that's dropped him down into P12. Hirocon still struggling to get past Fabuki. Mental Nev up to P3 now on the medium compound tyre, so it's the 2 Citroens on softs, then it's Mental Nev P3 on the medium, Richie on the medium in the Subaru, then Toby on the softs in the McLaren. Toby's lost out of all this really. Fabuki at the moment is the gatekeeper to Hirocon, the championship contender. At the moment he's just really struggling to get past the Corvette. Was the move. That's the wrong button. We can have a look at that again from an outside camera because we were on board for that one. This is the move that Hirocon made on Fabuki, just down the inside. Fabuki just looks to have gone a little bit too deep. And Hirocon then up to P6, so he can now get on with the charge of going on for Richie. Fabuki then recovered with his teammate now, P1 Don, him in P8, Don in 9th. Toto Rose 10th then, with Bobby in 11th, being chased down by James Harmon. As Bobby had another incident, as James is all over him. Bobby of course on the soft tyre, so he's got to take the mediums next. Tommy Concrete 7.2 seconds ahead of anyone else on circuit, and the only other person he'll be thinking about at the moment is Dart Clark, who's P2, 7 seconds behind him. Dart Clark's then got a 4-second gap back to Mental Nev. He's on the medium tyres, so he could be he's in a very good position here, Mental Nev. He just needs to keep that going. From them P6 chasing down Richie. I'll actually be driving against Nurburgring in another league that starts on Friday, the GTTCZ. I'm just going to watch that battle up ahead between Richie and Toby. McLaren versus Subaru. Toby has looked a little bit ragged this race. Those curbs have not been kind to the McLaren driver and they've spat him out once or twice. He's still going on him though. He won't be deterred, will Toby, and he carries on his crusade. He really could do with keeping this P4. Just trying to reel mental Nevin a little bit. Nurburgring is really chopping away that time to Richie. If you Richie at this point, do you waste time fighting Nurburgring or do you just let him go? At this stage you might just get past on the straight, but I think if you're Richie, do you let Nurburgring go and hope that he makes Toby make a mistake in trying to overtake? You don't lose a position. That's the sort of stuff you have to think about in these races. You have to consider your options, I guess. So 40 minutes gone, 26 remain. Most drivers are deep in their first stint then. I think the same rule applies with your tyres. I think you still got to run an out lap, time lap and then in lap on a set of tyres, so no one should be pitting this lap. So no really daft early strategy calls. Fastest lap set by Tommy, 7:01.6. He is on a controller, I will add. Not on a wheel. All these boys will spend money on fancy rigs. I am one of them. Got a Fanatec setup. Doesn't make me any quicker. What else is going on? Let's have a look. So Ibuki does pit, so right, that tyre rule must not work. That tyre rule must not exist then. He's got something different on his sleeve. Stuff like that, to be fair, normally goes out the window for Nurburgring. I'll be honest, it normally does. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, because of just how long the lap is. Oh, Bobby's run out of talent again. Slams the arm coat. That's €36, please, Bob. That's how much it costs every time he slapped that. Was it €36? Let me go and have a look. Still get it up. €31 per metre. Yeah. Think about that, Bob. Every time you slap it. Right, so we've missed action because I've been too busy talking about Bob's bloody missing demos in the wall. And we've missed Nurburgring getting past Toby. So when did that happen? Alright, we just caught the end of it. Let's go back and have a look and see what happens to Toby. Oh, we just got it deep. Normally that's a good thing. On a race course, unfortunately, it's not. That allowed Nurburgring to make an easy pass. He's having another issue there, is Toby. He's having problems tonight. The McLaren driver is not far off coming under pressure from Fabrica's here. And the Mercedes just seems to work quite nicely around this circuit, which is strange because I hated the Group 4 Mercedes. With a passion that cannot be rivaled. Graphics and with his power wipers. Loving it. Atomic Concrete's lead is extended to 9 seconds. I know, but Dark Clark, He is extending his lead over Mental Nev. I would expect that on soft tyres. He's worth quite a lot in lap time here. Whatever Bobby's done, he's sorry about it. Whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it. What did you do, Bob? To be fair, I don't really know what else he can do. I didn't see him move. I don't know. Hard one to say. Did Fabuki get any damage off that? He didn't. To be fair, probably just cost him a little bit of time, but hasn't had any damage off the back of it. Yeah, so where were we then? So Hiracom on the medium tyres is chasing down Mental Nev, also on the medium tyres. Both did similar laps last time, different traffic levels for the two, I appreciate, so not really a fair read. We can obviously have a look at the live timing screen to give us a better picture on all the sector times and stuff. Pretty even between the two at the moment. Not too much in it in terms of sectors, etc. GT unghosted, yes, Wargy mate, that's exactly what it is. It just decides at random points it wants to make your car a massive hittable object. So I'm not really going to lay too much blame at the feet of Bob on that one, and I will wail on Bob at every conceivable opportunity. I don't really see he's too much to blame for that one. So Toby's pulled his bootstraps up then, he's right on the back of Richie again. McLaren driver certainly had a eventful race. So we'll be about the halfway point after this lap, so question marks as to drivers' pit strategies. So those that are on the softs now, do they pit this lap? Looking at the state of the tyres, they're not brilliant, but if you Dark Clark, he's taking quite good care of those tyres. The problem is for Tommy, because he's on a pad, he naturally, because of the way he is on GT Sport, when you use a pad, your tyres wear quicker, just because of the way you do your control inputs. So Tommy may well kind of be forced into pitting this lap. Mental Nev and Hiracom might be seeing these boys as times, what they're doing, and have a little bit more comfort in the fact they can probably swap to softs this lap and be quite okay with that. Toby and Richie still fighting away. Any other battles on track going on? Doesn't appear to be at the moment. Let's just keep an eye on what everyone chooses to do in relation to pit stops. Pit entry is there, yeah. So Tommy's going to go into the pit, so he's at 26 kilos of fuel. Keep an eye on that, because the higher that number, the less time they're going to have to spend in the pits. Dark Clark's going round again, so he's going to go for the extra lap on the soft tyres. We'll see if that's a good strategy. Mental Nev did a decent job on his fuel. Hiracom saved the most fuel out of everybody. Richie's done an equally impressive job on his fuel. Fat Pickles, bro, need I say more? That bloke always saves a ridiculous amount of fuel, more than anybody. A lot of drivers are choosing to go around for that extra lap on whatever strategy they're on. So for this next lap also, positions are going to swap about. We're going to see slightly different things from all the drivers in terms of what they opt to do. James Harmon pits 27 litres. He's done a decent job on his fuel saving as well. Fabuki has already pitted, so he should come through now. And then Infinity Graphics Alex and Bobby, I would expect those two boys in as well. So we've got Dark Clark continuing on the softs, Toby continuing on the softs, Tommy Concrete now out of the pits on a fresh set of medium tyres and 3/4 of a tank worth of fuel. P1 Don needs to pit, he's on the mediums. Mental Nev has pitted and got a fresh set of soft boots on. So Mental Nev v Tommy Concrete. Probably not the one we're looking at. We're probably more looking at Mental Nev v Dark Clark, which we'll see just how much time. So this is why probably the extra lap on softs was so worthwhile for Dark Clark, because he knows he's got Mental Nev chasing down on fresh softs. If he'd swapped for mediums, it would have been a much tougher task. So I fully understand why he went for that extra lap. Here we come now. He's currently P6, 41 seconds off the lead of the race. However, the lead of the race hasn't yet pitted, so that gap is in reality a lot shorter. Although still quite, I'll admit, still quite a big gap is going to be to Tommy Concrete there. Let's have a look. What's that gap going to be? It's about 20 seconds to Tommy Concrete. So 20 seconds in 3 laps, even for Hiracom, it's going to be a tall order. So he's underway now with that mission. That Pickles Pro now out of the pits. Would have saved himself a bit more time in the pit stops compared to everybody else, but that time's easily lost here at Nurburgring. Unfortunately, a few drivers are finding that out to the peril. Bobby looks like he's opting not to continue with the race. The Lexus purring away there in the pit lane. And it looks like that Lexus will be taking no further part. That is for the team championship. Going to be an issue because Lexus and Citroen are pretty close. There's only 1 point in it. Citroen are going to be taking an absolute haul of points away from this one. P1 and P3 as it stands, but that may swap back around again. P1 and P2 potentially once the pit stops have cycled through. With Bob scoring minimal points this round, that may widen the gap then between Citroen and Lexus. Wait to see then what happens. The pit stops have gone on. Just keep an eye out for any incidents, etc. that may go on in the meantime. Here we come then. Mission now is mission overtake Mercedes. But he also doesn't want to come a cropper here against Mental Nev. Someone who is very capable at this circuit, as we've seen. So we've also been on the same tyre. We'll see what happens between these two boys. They're either going to battle it out or Nev will just let him go. I don't know what the outcome of that one's going to be. Yet again, chased down here by James Harbin. Porsche drivers taking a cautious approach to this race. P12, probably not something that you'll walk away and be too proud of, but he's kept at it, he's kept plugging away. You've got to respect the grind, you know. So we'll see some pit stops very shortly. As fuel is at a minimum then for Dark Clark, Toby and Don. They are the only three yet to make a stop. Yep, I was thinking that. So if he stays within sort of 8 temps, yeah, you're right. Move on the straight. And yeah, the thing is, Mental Nev's one of those in it for the long game sort of guys, and he'll, you know, if he knows that battling with Hirapam's going to cost him too much time, he probably won't battle him. Probably just let him go and try and get a bit of slipstream from him. So don't expect too many dramatics out of this one. Watching this because we have got two very fast Nurburgring drivers on our screen right now, battling out for position with 11 minutes to go in this race. But Mental Nev is racing against people who have yet to make a pit stop in theory, so we'll see where Mental Nev comes out in relation to Dark Clark. He's going to need to put about 50 kilos worth of fuel in that car. Toby's going to need to do about the same. That'll give Tommy Concrete the net lead of the race. Hirapam has done that move then on Mental Nev on the straight. How tight this is for pit stops, I'm not too sure. It's going to depend on just how good these laps were for these boys. So P1 Don's going to come into the pits as well. So here I come then. We've got Dark Clark out the pits. Here I come, just 2.8 seconds behind. Now the difference is here, Dark Clark on the soft tyres. Has he run the mediums yet? I don't know if he's run the mediums, you know. I'm confused. Didn't he start on the didn't he start on the softs? I'm not sure. I'm doubting myself. I'm sure he did. He's not run them yet, anyway. I'm pretty confident he's not done the he's not done the medium tyres, but alas, we will see. This is whether Hirapam can reel him in. P2 in this race for Hirapam, by the way, from the back of the grid, will be a very impressive result. But this man today, Tommy Concrete, we've got 9 minutes to go, anything could happen, but he's been an outstanding drive. Yeah, he's, one of the regulation swogs is they've got to run 2 different compounds. So if he hasn't run mediums, then he'll probably be in for a penalty. But again, I always doubt myself. I always doubt myself as to whether he has or hasn't. I think he's gone soft to soft as well. But if you think of it like the prime and option tyres back in the old Formula 1 days, you know what I mean? It's like, he's like that. It's kind of what the rule is designed to be like, so that you've got a faster and a slower tyre, and you've just got to choose the optimum time to run each one in each race. Leeds is off again. Same corner, I think he had the incident out last time. The McLaren doesn't like the air. This off it goes. Fortunately for Leeds, pretty much put him down and out. Gap reducing then between Dark Clark and Hirapam. 1.4 seconds is the gap now. We've got 8 minutes of this one remaining, so we'll get this lap and one more in. Hope he hasn't misclicked it. That's possible, you know. We've all done it. if there's a pit glitch. There used to be a pit glitch where it wouldn't fully fuel your car back up. It'd just throw you out of the pits randomly. I've only heard of that happening on fuel, but wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility with this game, would it? Hopefully GT7 gets a lot of these bugs out of the way, but I've got a good feeling we're going to see a lot of them when it's first released. Just looking through to see what else is happening. Infinity Graphics has got big damage. What's happened to Infinity Graphics on his outlap? Yep, that's a bad day. It's a bad day in the office. But again, he's carrying on. Gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. Citroen now coming under direct Lexus attack. It's a Dark Clark who's just rear gunnering at the moment for Tommy Concrete. These Citroens have been 1-2 most of the race. That's under threat now from Hirocom, who's quite frankly done an astounding strategic job so far to be in a podium position. And he'll want to get this move made pretty sharpish, because then he can get on with trying to catch Tommy Concrete, but there's not a lot of time left to do that. It's going to be difficult to catch Tommy. It's not going to be an easy boy to reel in. But either way, for Hirocom, he needs to damn his limitation this race and bring it back in and get that P2. Oh, you're kidding. What, so he didn't even pit him at all? You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you? You'd be fuming. Especially an FIA race as well, because technically those, they matter, you know what I mean? Well, that's an actual championship. So Dark Cloud then just run out of room a little bit. I don't know if Hirocom felt like he tapped him, but Hirocom looks like he backed out of going for the move there, so there might have been a little bit of contact between the Lexus and the Citroen, which either way, the Lexus back off. Right, the Citroen's going to have to contend with a big powerhouse down the straights. He's trying to break the slipstream, realises resistance is futile, and the more powerful Lexus is just going to storm on by. The thing is, Tommy can get back in this, not Tommy, Dark Clark, sorry, can get back in the slipstream here. And we'll be trying to get that almighty suck back on the Lexus. Hirocom's doing it, using every trick in the book to make that not happen then. Good driving, I'd say, from both these chaps. Kept it nice, clean and respectful. Man, yeah, Dark Clark indeed has to come into the pits. I'm going to go with your misclick idea. I think it was key. Oh, I don't feel as bad then. Don't feel as bad. What's this camera angle all about? Oh, that's what it's all about. Hirocom's made a boo-boo. First one yet, and Mental Nev has to absolutely slam on the brakes. What happened here? So Hirocom had just got the fastest lap of the race, 7:01.5. Yeah, just a little bit of grass on the rear wheel. That's pretty much going to put him out of any contention of battling with this man, who is 15 seconds to the good in front. He'll have Mental Nev to contend with for a little bit now as well. We've got Richie holding P4, Pickles in 5th. 7:02.3 last time around for Pickles. That's a mighty fine lap. For Buki, under pressure then from Toby. And this is the battle for P6. We've seen the McLarens get a little bit, what's the word, sideways down here. They've both got Dark Clark coming up behind them. But he's going to be on fresh, soft tyres. Medium tyres, actually. Yeah, Dark Clark's on the medium. So, yeah, I think your misclick, either misclick or pit glitch idea was probably more realistic as to what happened. Bobby's still in the pits. This is a 23-minute long pit stop, so he's probably just sat there with his rig making a sandwich or something. So battles on circuit then. We've got Huracan versus Mental Nev. And that is still going on. Then we've got Fubuki v Toby. Fubuki just running out of road there ever so slightly. Toby not able to take advantage of it. And McLaren trying to find a way past. This all is allowing Dark Clark the route potentially to get through. Yeah, well, he was on for a good route. Citroen 1-2. That has given Lexus a little bit of breathing space in terms of Constructors' Championships. But Bobby's not scoring many points tonight. And Lexus were due to take a bit of a kicking in the Constructors' Championships. Now with Dark Clark, they're not going to as much. Could still happen. Dark Clark could still get up there. At the moment, he's in P8, and P8 is not as many points as P2. So that's nice 3-car fight here then between Fubuki, Toby, and Dark Clark. Toby's going to go for the move. Side by side they go. Fubuki does defend that one away. Bobby going for Bottas's pick. Yeah, they're trying to get the wheel nut off. Still stuck, he's welded on. Fubuki then, he's just going to have the next 3.5 minutes, is just going to be pressure. As now the timer has elapsed. This is the final lap. Dark Clark just off the circuit there. We've got one of them that's off, that's Toby. Fortunately for Toby, that's going to cost him probably pretty big. What happened? Let's have a look. Let's just jump on board with him. I want to say again, he might have just got blinded. Yeah, he just went on the grass. Dirty tyres then, the car won't want to stop. Good that he kept it out of people's way, obviously. Still a P8 for Toby, given the event from races had. Won't be too mad at that. Mental Nev is still definitely staying with Huracan. Huracan's only been able to get a couple of attempts on him so far. Has reeled in Tommy Concrete a little bit. Certainly not by enough to make a difference, and that's probably all down to soft tyres. Richie 4th at the moment, Fat Pickosbo 2 seconds behind. Fubuki still ahead of Dark Clark, Toby 2, 3 seconds behind those guys. Further down the grid, unfortunately, there's not too much going on in the way of battles, which is the main reason why you boys haven't really been seen too much this time. But we're coming to the end of this one now. Fubuki Dark Clark saga isn't over yet. That one we might see unfold on the main start-finish straight. Well, the main straight, this one. But for now, the plaudits, the adulation, the trophies, the confetti, the champagne, all go to Tommy Concrete. Fantastic round for him and for Citroën overall, it has to be said. They've really brought their A game here to Germany. Let's see if they can take that over to Japan next week. So Tommy Concrete does finish the race then. Lap 6 leads by 13 seconds in the end. Fubuki's still ahead of Dark Clark. I'm just keeping an eye on that as Hirocom then takes P2. A great drive from Hirocom. Got to be a driver of the day contender for sure. Mental Lev, great drive for third by Mental Lev. That first stint really nailed it for him. Richie P4 gets rid of that penalty at the end. Fat Picklesbone P5. Fubuki just about ahead of Dark Clark as we enter the final series of corners. Toby's just in the background of that shot as well, so it's going to be Fubuki P6. Dark Clark 7th, and then Toby is going to get 8th in the end. Total Rose, 9 for Total Rose. Sprint race was going well until it just started getting swallowed up. P9 for him. P1 done. He's going to come through in 10th place in the Chevrolet. James Harben in 11th. In the Porsche, the very battered and bruised Porsche. LFC fan, he's going to grab 12th, Infinity Graphics 13th, and Bobby currently classified as P40. So that's it then, ladies and gents. That's your race. What did you think of that then? So obviously the standings don't update in real time, so we haven't got the standings after the Nurburgring. I would hesitate to say that Tommy Concrete is going to take the lead of the championship. Citroën probably extend their gap on the manufacturer's title just a little bit. But Hirocom has certainly done good damage limitation. Probably no catching Fubuki for third at the minute, even with the good results there for Dark Clark behind him. He held a pretty good lead over fourth. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that next week when we go to Tokyo Expressway, the South Inner Loop in the Group 3 machinery. So that one again is going to be a track where the top speed of your car is going to be paramount. Whether we get to do that one live or not, I don't know. I think we will, because I think Vin can't make it to every race because of his mysterious wanking injury. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gents. If you have, really do appreciate you all coming along for the ride. I think a lot of drivers will probably be glad that one's out the way. Now they can move on to normal tracks. So as always, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next week for Tokyo. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you in a little bit.